Hello, and welcome to part 2 of The Many Faces of Bullying, presentation by Kevin Lapina and Andrea Peacock, adapted from the book And Words Can Hurt Forever.
11:08 in the morning, and Eric Harris is 3 minutes away from Columbine.
MBK came quick. Everything. I hate you people for leaving me out of so many fun things.
Eric and Dylan see themselves at the bottom of the pile. The weird kids who hang out with the other outcasts. At the very top are the jocks. A group with their own rules of conduct and their own dress code, which includes white baseball caps.
Jocks are not necessarily athletes. A jock is anyone who believes that they, because they wear nice clothes, because they screw the best looking girl, because the teachers treat them different, deserve and are better than everyone else.
Although Eric and Dylan will not target the jocks in their shooting rampage, witnesses will later report that they both seem hell-bent on revenge against the school itself.
At Columbine High School, some of the athletes took it upon themselves as a holy mission to ridicule Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold. School principal Frank DeAngelis, who himself had spent many years as a football and baseball coach, made the following telling remark. This harassment by athletes on Eric and Dylan that has been printed time and time again. I never received a call indicating that these people were harassing them. At no time did Eric or Dylan walk into my office and say, Mr. DeAngelis, I'm concerned. This is a peculiar and alarming statement for a high school principal to make. Do high school principals expect that adolescents will walk into their offices and complain if they are being bullied at school, especially by the athletes? Do secondary school administrators really have such little understanding of adolescence? The sad answer all too often is yes. Evan Ramsey, currently serving a term of 210 years in prison for shooting an athlete and the principal of his high school at age 16, said, The principal told me to just start ignoring everybody. After a while, you can't take it anymore, the constant taunting. I felt a sense of power with a gun. It was the only way to get rid of anger. Evan experienced his peers taunting him as power over him. His response with the gun was not to even out the power distribution, but to have power over his tormentors. I would have had a different life if I wasn't treated like that. It was the only way to get rid of the anger. The Faces of Change. At this school, the athletes are the ones who are trying to keep their grades up. They don't want to get suspended for bullying or anything, so it's not really the athletes who are picking on people. Student from Rural High School, excerpt from And Words Can Hurt. It must be noted that a lot has changed in terms of bullying in high school since this book was published in 2002. The media and professional sports leagues have engaged in anti-bullying campaigns, which has had a huge influence on the way high school athletes interact today with their peers. It's a fact that the high school hierarchy will continue to exist, with athletes being at the top. But it is a step towards changing the attitudes of athletes to promote more positive anti-bullying behaviors. The USA Network has been a major media supporter of anti-bullying. One of their recent campaigns focused on pro athletes teaching kids how to overcome bullying through their experiences. You can tap into the ongoing media campaign by going to www.charactersunite.com.
I was labeled as the geek, the loser.
NFL players share their own stories of bullying and discrimination.
I remember being picked on, being teased.
With kids who need their help.
I made that decision for myself to change my life. You have the opportunity now.
They'll show them they're not alone.
You are who you are for a reason.
And help them find the strength to pursue their dreams.
This is the best day of my life.
NFL Characters Unite. Friday at 7 on USA. Characters welcome.
They go throw trash at me.
They were throwing trash at you?
We want to move on to this other story tonight. This is an important story as well. This Valley High schooler says she was the target of bullies. That is until the football team stepped in. Shy Johnson is her name, and she's a special needs student at Queen Creek High School. She was constantly being bullied, we're told.
3TV's Marisa Vedra went to Queen Creek to get her story and found out the varsity quarterback decided to take action. Marie?
He did carry in fields, and it would have been very easy for he and his friends to just stay focused on football and be in their own personal high school worlds. But they did not do that, and it's made a very big impression not only on the girl they helped, but also on the student body.
1, 2, 3, 4, family!
This story starts with high school hierarchy, the kind where kids like Carson Jones and Tucker Workman lead the undefeated Queen Creek football team.
Senior year, everything pretty exciting. A rush, but it goes by fast, but it's fun.
While students like Shy Johnson just try to make it through the day.
The girl threw trash at me.
They were throwing trash at you? How did that make you feel?
Mad.
The 16-year-old sophomore was born with a brain disorder, and bullies have always been a part of life. Until this year, when her mom called on a family friend for help. It was Carson, starting quarterback Carson.
I emailed Carson, told him that Shy was having some issues, was just wanting some names, and he took it a step further and went and gathered Shy up at lunch, and she's been eating lunch with him ever since.
From first hour through the end of the day, Shy's guys make it a point to look after her, and this group's newfound friendship has changed the game.
They've either like not bullied her anymore because I guess they seen her with us or something. And
they're modest about their small act, but to Shy, high school is a new world, a safe one.
You say, my team, these are my boys, right?
Yeah.
And why is that?
Because they're save me, because I won't get hurt again.
All because a group of boys broke those silly social rules, and through it, earned a loyal friend.
It feels good to know that, we help someone else, because, we're doing good, everything for us is going well, but, someone else needs to feel good too.
They're not meaning, because all my boys love me.
Words I'd use to describe myself would be huge.
Short.
Outgoing.
Clown.
Goofy.
Nerdy.
Athletes.
Jock.
Growing up, it definitely was a little bit different as all the other girls and all the other kids in my grades were growing and I wasn't.
I grew up very focused on academics because of both my parents being in academia. Both of my parents went to college and went on to get graduate degrees, so it was something that was important to them, and they bestowed that upon me.
Growing up, I faced some stereotypes because I am black and white, and so when I was playing basketball, I was one of the lighter skins on the court, so I may have been looked at as not as athletic as other players.
It was always hard as a younger kid, but now I've learned to embrace it and love that I can be short and I can still do just what everyone else can do.
I think my friends would categorize me as a nerd, and I have no problem admitting that I am one.
Bullying could be anything from verbal abuse to obviously fighting. Some people may not even know that they're bullying by just saying little comments like, hey, short kid, every day.
People who are bullying are usually doing it because they have something they're looking for, something they feel like is empty in their own life.
If someone is being a bully, you really think about what you're saying and how hurtful that could be to someone because you don't know what they're going through or what their day was like or their week's been.
Getting bullied is never going to be fun. I think the best way to handle it is to talk to someone if it's becoming a real problem.
You just really have to have self-confidence and just be comfortable for who you are. And it's harder when you're younger. It definitely is. You're going through a lot of peer pressure and you're changing.
It's important to show that you're strong enough to put a stop on something that you don't believe is right and not be a bystander and be guilty by association.
Start telling yourself, there's no reason this person is doing this to me. I'm not the one that's at fault. It's them. It's the person doing this that it has the problem. I'm great the way I am. Whatever it is that they're making fun of me for, that's who I am. I'm being true to myself, and in the long run, it's going to work out just fine for you.
If you can just be comfortable with who you are, when you get older, you'll realize that what you did, you stood for something, and no one changed who you are, and people will admire that about you in later in life.
everyone is different. We all have our own little pieces of our personality or of our appearance that make us special and make us unique. You should learn to embrace those, not reject them and push them away.
Self-respect is necessary to respect others. If you can't respect yourself, then it's hard to find things about other people that you respect.
You've got to be able to take care of yourself, and you've got to know that you deserve respect as a person.
Growing over time and learning more and more about who I am and who I could become was the real progress. And throughout high school and continuing with my academics and my sports, I think through those processes I learned how to understand myself better and become more comfortable with who I am.
My school did a really good job. It's still telling kids at young age 4 or 5 that respect is important. You know, I remember we had like a pep rally, and we always sang the Respect song by Aretha Franklin, and it was just little things like that that just kind of, I don't know, always made me realize at a really young age that it was really important. That respect was really important.
We have a great team of guys from all over the place, and for our team to work, it is important that we all respect each other. So I'd say the role that respect plays on our team is kind of the glue or the gel that holds us together.
You want everybody to feel like they are part of the team, and by doing that, you have to treat everybody equal and not, treat others differently or, put a burden on other people on the team. You want to treat everybody as if they're the same, and that way your team can achieve what you want.
This year we won the national championship, and I think respect played a big role in that, on and off the field. And our coach was a huge part in kind of really telling us to make sure we stay humble and make sure, we play fair, but we're still competing at the same time while throughout our season.
We are each different.
We come from different places,
different families, and
different cultures.
We each like different things, hold different beliefs, and practice different traditions.
We define ourselves in our own ways.
Unique.
Special.
Unlike anyone else.
That's what makes us who we are.
That's what makes us unstoppable.
We push each other to be the best we can and strive to achieve victory every day.
It is through mutual respect for these differences that we come together on and off the court.
We respect that difference.
And most importantly, we respect ourselves and what we stand for.
It's our differences that define who we are. So look around.
Look in the mirror. Embrace who you are.
Respect others for who they are, because despite our differences,
we are all human, and one thing we all deserve is respect.
Stand tall, stand proud, go Stanford.